Hi guys, welcome to this quick video about my attempt to make housing for the Wyze Cam Outdoor on a 3D printer. Here's the Wyze Cam Outdoor. Everybody knows that it has actually two parts. We can remove this part underneath, then we have access to this standard tripod mount, which I'm going to use. You can also see that we have some openings or buttons underneath, but they are still really nicely protected, so I don't see any risk of rain damage underneath here when we have everything properly closed. Apart from that, here as well, I think good water protection. I had it outside in a couple of thunderstorms, really heavy thunderstorms. It has nothing happened, even though I had it this thing opened and charged by a solar panel, but of course not a normal solar panel. That's the Wasserstein. It is waterproof not only there, of course, but also it has this micro USB port, which is waterproof. I mean, it provides some water protection. When we really push the thing inside, you can see it's absolutely flat, and this is what I'm going to use. So I cannot use a standard housing. Usually these standard housings, they are closed. They have like a bump here in the back to fit maybe some 90 degrees or 180 degrees micro USB plugs, but it's not really fitting for this one here because it has just small opening. Of course, I could buy something and then drill a large hole into that. I thought, no, I can maybe do a better job. I designed this thing here. The problem is a little bit the overhangs. I had actually designed a full bracket here to really hold this really firmly in place. Also here, more things, but the overhangs put some limitation. Yeah, unless I put some really large support, which I didn't like. I mean, probably you could do that, make large support. I don't know if this would work in this size. So I have done this thing here, and I provide this model if you are interested. Yeah, it didn't do a great job. I have to clean up a little bit. So I had made these corners here so it fits. I have also made this gap here, small gap here, that it has a little bit of ventilation, not much. I mean, it's white anyway, it shouldn't get too hot. By the way, this is 1 millimeter. Most of the rest is 2 millimeter thickness. And I have made this opening here, a protection actually, for the charger. I hope you can see that. So I cleaned this a little bit and then I put it inside, and then you can see if it fits or not. So I think I have it now more or less clean. So let's see if this fits into this housing. And I would say, yeah, it's still a little bit tight, but it actually fits. You can see it's even small gap here, and I think there's nice water protection for the port. That's the only thing which I was a little bit worried. I mean, there is some nice waterproof protection here from this plug here, but you can see there are still some small openings here. That's not possible to avoid because we have this lid here. We don't want to destroy that. And so there are, when we push this thing really upside, you can see there are some two small openings left, even with this waterproof plug. I mean, I had this outside really in really tropical downpours and it didn't do anything. There was really nothing happening, but I was still a little bit worried, and I thought, yeah, okay, we can improve this thing here, give a little bit of extra protection. Yeah, now I have it inside again. I think it's not bad here. You can see it's a little bit of ventilation up here. Maybe the hottest air can go out. I mean, you can increase the thing, but I think it's pretty firm. So I'll put the thing outside. We are going to have a hurricane, or at least a tropical storm. It's approaching just, I think tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Maybe it's even going to be a hurricane. Most people say it's tropical storm, but I think yeah, it could even increase into a hurricane. And I'm going to make a time lapse with this thing here. I'm going to put this outside, and you can see if it's surviving this tropical storm or hurricane, then it should be good for almost anything. I think this is exactly what I wanted. A couple of things about printing in the Ultimaker Cura regarding the grain size. I've been using 0.1. I've tried already with 0.6, but it didn't help. It didn't get any better than that. So I think it's okay with 0.1. Then infill, I've been using 20%. And I didn't use any adhesion and also no support at all. I think it's not needed. You can see that's a small overhang and it's not straight, so it didn't have any problems. So I think it's absolutely no problem without any support. Yeah, when I had it support, it was showing support here on the outside, but it looks like it was not needed. Maybe with your printer it's needed. Also something regarding the solar panel, if you're interested into that, I've made already a full review. Maybe I'll do another one on long term. Short term, it has been working somehow. I mean, it did a good job on charging the camera, but I still didn't get the point why they have built in a battery here inside and it's charging first the battery instead of charging the camera. So if your camera is low on battery, maybe 20%, and there is some full sun on this panel, but the battery here is not full. I mean, maybe the battery is only at 20% or so, and this one is out on 20%, and the solar panel would charge actually the camera, but at the beginning the solar panel starts charging this battery here inside, and during this time maybe your camera is then out of power during the same time where we have enough power here inside which could power this camera. It's a little bit sad. The good thing is when it dies, no power anymore, you don't have to go outside. You can just wait till the battery is full. When the battery is full, it will provide the power to this camera and turn it on. There's no problem with that. You don't have to go outside and turn the camera on. That's the good thing. I have really no clue why they did that with the battery. The only thing I see at the moment is delaying the power. The only thing which I see actually could be an advantage is that if we had a direct connection from the solar panel to the camera, if you have just a low amount of sun, it would maybe be not enough power to recharge the battery here inside, which I have seen with other cameras. When you don't have full straight sun, then the voltage is maybe not enough to charge the battery here, but maybe they have made a construction that even with some indirect light, maybe it's still charging a little bit the battery, and maybe after a week or so it would then be enough to fill up the battery here. But I'm testing this on the long run, and I'm definitely going to show more videos about that. By the way, I almost forgot to tell you how I'm going to mount this camera. This is the mount that's a leftover from an old camera, but you can buy exactly these things for maybe $3, $5, $6, $7. Yeah, probably around $5, I would say. You can get this really flexible. You can turn this in every side, and this is standard tripod mount. You can add this thing underneath, and the good thing is, even though you have maybe everything already attached like this and the cable and everything, the housing, because it's so simple, you can then just put on top of that. With normal housing it will be much more difficult.
And the mounting experience went pretty good and easy and more or less straightforward, and this is the situation which I've been choosing. First I was thinking about mounting it on the side, or at least on one side, or a little bit closer below, but then you have the problem that maybe the solar panel could interfere with the vision if you want to point it up a little bit. So I had it quite a little bit underneath and straight underneath. The only thing is you cannot have the camera straight because of the 90 degrees angle which points the cable of the micro USB cable straight down, and then there's some interference between the mount and the cable, so either you have to point it a little bit to the left side or to the right side. So just a couple of hours after I put the camera there was a huge cold front. I mean, not a cold front, but actually a first front of the hurricane or tropical cyclone approaching. It was a huge rain, huge storm, and it survived really, really nice. So I'm pretty happy with it, at least at the moment.
And I'll put down the links to everything which is needed, the solar panel, 3D model, everything, and all the description down into the description of the video. And so I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments or better solutions, whatever you have, please write everything down in the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.